Year 2030, Heaven's Eye receives a universe group notification. After 3 days of intensive negotiation, Blue Star Planet's all countries have reached an agreement and decided to reply to this universe notification. Who knew that the universe casino was a phishing text? When replied to it, the Blue Star Planet's location got exposed. Blue Star Planet was attacked, the sky fell and land cracked, in countries monsters appeared. The human world has collapsed. To hide from monsters' attacks, humans could only do is hide in a safe city to survive. Not being affected by outer energy, a portion of the humans started to evolve. After evolving, the body will produce a few spiritual energies, but no one knows how to use them. Thus, humans have entered the Sky Imperial Palace era. However, there is a large amount of stress when living in level strict Sky Imperial Palace era. And I, Xiao Ce, my sword is very large, need to bear with it. Then he rages and shouts, I don't accept this fate. Suddenly a beautiful fairy girl appears and says the code has matched and a cheat has been sent. Then she shows him a god bow and a god whip and asks him, what do you want to choose, sir? Then he replies, only kids make choices, of course, I want them all. After that again he starts telling about his past story that he relies on cheat and lives in a noble area where only boards of direction and manager family can stay. After talking all about his past, he starts the game by entering into it. Meanwhile, later he is defeated in the game and Dr. Mu comes to him and says, Xiao Ce, you have failed the test for the 8th time, and student benefits have been removed by the logistics department. Your medical treatment subsidy has also been taken away. Even if I want to help you, I'm unable to do so. And your sister's illness requires that nosinogen sodium and 1 injection needle requires 700,000. You can't afford it. Don't be upset that you couldn't pass the entrance exam for Union University. 1 in 10,000 chances of entering it isn't something we, normal humans, can achieve. Maybe you should admit to your fate. Just be a normal citizen. You won't be having such a tough life. After listening to all that from Dr. Mu, he replies, never. I still have 1 more day left. I will never give up. Then Dr. Mu says to him that this is a leftover painkiller that was left by the people after using. It can ease your little sister's pain. After saying that, he gives the painkiller to him and leaves. And Xiao Ce says thank you. Then Xiao takes the painkiller to his sister's room for her and says to her that, stop crying, I'll definitely make you stand up again. Meanwhile, the next day again went to take the entrance exam for Union University. While entering into the game, he thinks I must pass no matter what. And then he starts the game. Meanwhile, inside the game, a person says to people that hurry up. Over there, School Beauty Ling is forming a team. I heard there's a slot left. After that, Ling King Ji says we have 1 spot. We need a great swordsman. Then Tai Dan replies it's going to be hard to find a swordsman since the cheapest heavy sword needs $5,000 and poor people can't even afford to buy it. And Go Ming says if really can't find one, we can just find 1 close combat hero. After that, Ling says no, only a heavy sword can destroy boss's defense. Meanwhile, later one of the people from the crowd says OMG, a level 12 expert. Look at his sword. It's gold one, so luxurious. After looking at that guy, Ling says he will be good and asks him, are you willing to join my team? After listening to her, Liver Emperor thinks as expected it came and presses on the accept button. Meanwhile, on the battleground, the monster Scourge says, dumb human, you guys disturbed a god servant's dream. After listening to that, Ling says, everyone listen to my instruction, attack and defend cautiously, don't move alone. Then the monster releases the fire from his mouth on them, and they protect themselves from their shield. Meanwhile, Ling aims the arrow at the monster's head and then shoots it on his head. And then she says, Liver Emperor, hurry, break the defense now. After taking the order from Liver Emperor, goes and attacks the monster from his sword, but the sword breaks. After looking at that, Go Ming says wooden sword. It was painted gold with yellow color. And Tai Dan says that's the 5-cent wooden sword. Then Ling thinks, what the hell? This bastard, why does it look so similar to that Xiao Ce's method? After that, the monster says, dumb human, you guys dare to offend the honorable flame god's servant, I will burn you guys into ashes. After listening to that, Tai Dan says, oh shit, it's about to use its ultimate move. Then the monster uses his move, burning flame roar on them. After that, Go Ming says, I will leave. I need to go and do patrol. Fuck, so pissed my items will all get dropped at this rate. Then Ling looks toward Liver Emperor and says it's all because of this liar. While lying down, he thinks won't give us even a last chance. At Sky Imperial Palace, once the entrance exam is failed, it means your life has failed and can only be a normal citizen. If I don't get medical insurance, my sister will never be able to leave her wheelchair. I will never accept this kind of faith. Suddenly, a shining display appears in front of him in which its written code has been matched, cheat has been sent. And suddenly after that, a beautiful woman appears and says, Lord, let's play choosing things. Then he says, what? Why do I feel like you're a sick virus? And asks her, are you really a cheat? why don't you have a newbie package? After that, she asks him, Lord, will you choose the bow or the whip? Meanwhile, on the battlefield, the players are lying down and thinking they will fail the exam together. Suddenly, a lighting beam appears in the sky and the monster gets killed by it, and they all get promoted successfully. After killing the monster, Liver Emperor celebrates and thinks having cheat sure feels good. After that, Gomeng says OMG, so he was an expert who acts like a noob. He is very strong indeed. While looking at the Liver Emperor's bow, Lang says purple weapon. That's the legendary rank god bow which is worth millions. And then suddenly the 4 chests come out. While looking at them, Tai Dan says, I heard that this boss allows people to get purple items from the chest. We are going to be rich. Gomeng says, now I can get new weapons and equipment. And Lang says, if I can get something like Liver Emperor's purple bow, it'd be so great. Suddenly arrows hit all of them. And Gomeng looks at Liver Emperor and says, it's you. Do you want to take it all? I will remember you and I won't let you off so easily. Then Tai Dan says, I remember now. You're that Lufthound's nightmare landling Xiao Sheng. After listening to all of them, Xiao replies, yep. Liver Emperor is just my title. And Lang thinks as expected it's him. While taking all the chests with him, Xiao says, guys, farewell, and I will be taking all these chests. Goodbye. Looking at him taking all the chests with him, Tai Dan says he helped us to pass. The chest will also be his to take as a rule. And Lang says, despicable guy. Meanwhile, Xiao finally passed the exam successfully. And while sitting on the chair, he thinks, finally I have passed. Now I can get enrolled into Union University. It's been half a month since I last saw the sun. Suddenly a toy hits his mouth which was thrown by her sister. Then he goes to her and she says, Xiao, see, I need to go to the toilet, carry me to the toilet. While taking her sister to the toilet, Xiao says it's almost dinner and asks her, what would you like to eat? She replies, can you stop talking about food while I'm using the toilet? Then he puts her down and removes his t-shirt and jacket. While he is removing his clothes, she says, hey, Xiao, see, what do you want to do? Why are you undressing? Wait, brother, isn't it 3 years too soon? After that, he puts his clothes into the tub and says, my clothes are dirty, I just want to change clothes. And hits his finger on her head and asks her, what were you thinking inside that head of yours? Meanwhile, later he puts her sister in her wheelchair and says, don't worry, I will buy the best medicine for your feet, and you won't need a wheelchair anymore. After listening to him, she asks, where will you get the money? And says, stop daydreaming and give up. While seeing him getting ready to go outside, she says, now that I said some words, and you want to run away from home. After listening to her, he says, I want to go to the black market and sell something. If you're lucky, it might cover all your medical bills. Meanwhile, in the black market, while walking on the streets, he thinks, I heard that games are still entertainment. For the last 300 years, one can make money and marry women by playing it. It's very exciting, unfortunately. This is not the right time, it's too risky for me to open the treasure myself. If gets damaged, my sister's medical bills get wasted. On the black market, unopened treasure chests are in great demand. After reaching the selling place, he says, hello madam, it's time for some business. Then Lady Wang turns around and says, boy, you again. Selling once a week, you work hard, huh? He replies, I need to make more money while still young. Then she asks him, what do you want to sell this time? He replies, treasure chest. Then she asks him, what kind of chest do you have? After that, he shows her 4 chests. While looking at them, she says, C-class treasure chest, and there are 4 of them, and asks him, where did you get it? Then he replies, you don't know where I got them from. According to the market price, one C-class chest is priced at 100,000 Skynet coins, so in total 400,000. After listening to him, she says that the price of the ones in the Shangyang district. How can you sell them at such a high price here? After that, he takes out the chip and says, then, I will sell them at Shangyang distinct. While he is leaving, she says, hold on. Little brother, don't worry, I haven't said no, and she hugs him from behind. Then in embarrassment, he says, I just need money, and pushes her away from him, and says, if you don't have money, then don't waste my time. Today I'm tired, how can I do such a thing? Then she says, okay, I will call someone to give me the money. After that, she calls someone and says, hello, Mr. Gao, 4 boxes you want are with me, grab the money and come here. Then Gao says, so that bastard finally appeared. Miss Wang, you keep an eye on him. I will be right there. After that, he wears his suit. And while going toward the black market, he thinks, how dare you trick me, bastard. I will kill you without a funeral. Who is Gao and why does he want to kill Xiao, and will Xiao be able to protect himself? What will gonna happen next? To find out, just do like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.